everyone. So this is a quick demo on redirecting from form A to form B in Java. So I will create a JForm on which I want to have a button, and when that button is pressed, another form or JForm window should open, and simply just open it and show it to me. So it will look something like this. So for example, redirecting from one page to another or form to another, where I have form A or form 1, and whenever that form button is clicked, open form is clicked, it simply opens up another form to me. So that's all I have to do. So I am going to open my IntelliJ and start coding. Okay, so I've opened up my IntelliJ. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call it redirecting forms. I'm going to create it in Java, Gradle, and I'm going to create that. Might take a few seconds. Okay. So all I have to do is create form A, whatever components I want to put in it, I can do that. I'm going to use Swing to do that. You can use Scene Builder to design your forms as well if you want to. I'm just going to keep it simple because I want to just show you how the redirection works. Okay, now that this has loaded, okay, we'll take a little bit more time. Okay, so now that my code has loaded, I'm going to go to main folder, Java, and I'm going to open my main code. It has generated a sample code for me, which just simply says hello world. I will remove that because I don't need it. Okay, so now I'm going to start coding. I will create a JFrame so I can create my main form. My first form, which will be JFrame. If I press enter, it will automatically import Swing libraries for me. I will name this my main form. I have a different keyboard installed. Okay, so main form. Now that I have a main form, I want to set size to it. So main form dot set should be set size. There we go. I'll set size about 300. And 300 and 200 height. And what I will do is set default close operation, and I will set that to exit on close, so that whenever I close that window, it just exits. Okay, now I wanted to have a button on my form like I showed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a J button. So here I will say open button, and I will create a new J button. And I will say, still not used to the keyboard yet, open second form, and then I will say open button, and I will add a action listener to it, so that whenever that button is pressed, I have a action listener associated to it, and if I press enter, it should automatically write that code for me. And now I will override the action. So here what I can do here, I can call my second form, which I will do in a bit. So here you can put alerts, whatever action you want to do on your method. So before I do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to complete the rest of the code. So I'm going to add the button on the form. So I'm going to say add this open button to the form, and I'm going to say main form dot set location relative as well. I'm going to do that. Location relative to, and I'm going to do that to null at the moment, and I'm going to set main form to set visible to true. Okay, now I'm going to run this just to show you what comes on the screen. As you can see, my form shows the button, and it is taking all over the screen. So I'm going to sort my code so in a way that it does the button does not take all over the code. I'm going to sort the coordinates, and I'm going to fix that as well. Okay, so I will just stop the application. Okay, so let's do something called, let's do set layout, and let's make that to flow layout. So that way I do not have to, so that the button does not take all over, take the entire form. So now it just flows accordingly and sorts it into the first grid of the form. Okay, so that looks a bit more appropriate. Of course, if you want to locate it on a specific coordinate, you can do so that you can do that too. All right, so now I'm going to add a label as well, because we want to do that too. Okay, so I'm going to, because I want to place the label first, so I'm going to just add a J label at the beginning. I'm going to initialize that. Label title, let's just do that, and I will say is equals to new J label, and I will call it this is form 1. Let's do that, and yeah, I think that's it. And then I will add that to my main form, to add it to LBL title. There we go. And now let's try to see it on the screen. Okay, cool. So now it comes on the screen as well. Okay, so now I've added it after my label, so that's why it shows afterwards. I will fix that. I want the button to show after the label, so I will move that. So now it should show the title first, because I will add that first and then the label. Okay, so now we have a very simple form. I'm not going to work on the design at the moment. We can do that another time. All right, we have a nice little form. We can browse that. If I close this, like I said, when I close it, it exits on close. We have sorted that. Okay, so now let's create another form, and let's call that on that button click. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another method, and I will call it, I'll create public static void. It's not going to return anything, and I'll say I'll open second form. And in this method, I'm going to create another JFrame, and I'll call it second form. I'll initialize that, and I'm going to create it, and I'll call it second form. And then I'm going to set its size as well. Set size. I'm going to set the same size. Great. And I am going to do the same thing for the close operation. JFrame, actually no, I'm not going to close it, I'm going to dispose it on close. So instead of closing the application, I want to simply just dispose of the second form instead of exiting the application. And then I want to set visible true as well for this one. Okay, and that's it. Now let's just call this method here in when this button is clicked. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so now that I've called the method open second form. Let's try to run this. Okay, so now we have our main form, and if I click on the button open second form, we have the second form as well. So that works. So we have our main form. When I click on it, it opens second form. If I close this, it disposes of it. If I click it again, it opens the second form. If I click on the close for the main form, it exits the application. And that's how we can code to redirect from form 1 to form 2. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care. Bye.